Hi there everyone, my name's Wayne, I'm the Armchair Red and welcome to my channel. I'd like to start off today with a small apology. My watch along yesterday for the Brentford-Liverpool game didn't go ahead as planned. Unfortunately my bandwidth was about as stable as the Burnley and Brentford back line yesterday, but it appears all gremlins have been sorted out and we will be ready to go Wednesday night for Liverpool versus Luton. But this does give me the opportunity to talk about the three big games at the top of the Premier League yesterday. And I say three games because realistically after yesterday, there's only three teams that can win the title this season. Current tabletop is Liverpool, Arsenal and Manchester City. Let's start off with Liverpool. Lunchtime kickoff yesterday, which Liverpool have been getting a lot of late, more than any other team in the Premier League. And a bit of history behind this game. Liverpool hadn't beaten Brentford away since 1938. This was also Thomas Frank's 100th Premier League game in charge of Brentford, and it was also Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk's 250th appearance for Liverpool. So, to the game. The first 30 minutes were quite tight, but after that I felt Liverpool took control. Obviously, the end result, Liverpool winning 4-1, absolutely dominating the game. The Brentford back line looking shaky at best. I think they gave away some very soft goals. But as a Liverpool supporter, we're not really going to complain. But the game had a lot of good and bad. Let me start off with the good points for Liverpool. I think the biggest positive for Liverpool out of this game was the return of Mo Salah. He looked like he'd never been away. He did miss his first opportunity that he got. He was through on goal, and I think that was just a little bit of rustiness. But if you have a look after that, the assist for McAllister's goal and the goal he got himself, I think is a massive positive for Liverpool. The second big positive, I think, is the confidence of Darwin Núñez in front of goal. That goal he took yesterday was exquisite. Normally when Darwin has too much time to think, he tends to mess up the opportunity. He's more of an instinctive striker. And yesterday, lobbing the keeper from where he did, considering the keeper didn't go down at all and stayed tall, I think was an incredible finish. I'm just glad he made it, or else Klopp probably would have subbed him if he missed that. A third positive for me was having McAllister play a bit further forward. You know, having Endo now in the holding role allows McAllister to play a bit more forward, and he's able to showcase a bit more of his attacking game. And we saw that yesterday with the goal that he scored. Another positive for me, Connor Bradley, again, absolute Trent 2.0 at the moment. It's as if he's made for first team football. He even moved into Trent's inverted role a few times yesterday, which basically made me think I was looking at Trent. So a lot of positives for Liverpool. Also, Kelleher in goal, second good game in a row. I thought he pulled off two brilliant saves yesterday. I know he had three great saves last week. So some very good positives for Liverpool. But today's or yesterday's game for Liverpool was more a story about the negatives, I'm afraid. You know, the three big injuries. So firstly, Curtis Jones. It looked like a knock. Jurgen Klopp said it looked like a knock. We're not sure how long he's going to be out for. If it's just a minor knock, you know, we've got some big games coming up the next few days, next few weeks. The big concern for me, though, I think, is Diogo Jota. That looked bad. For those of you that never saw, he was actually stretchered off the field. He looked like he hyperextended his knee. I've done that myself before. It's not very pleasant. But yes, that's probably the biggest concern out of yesterday. We don't know how long that's going to keep him out for. And, you know, I think Diogo has been a bit of an unsung hero for us while Salah's being away. So, you know, it's a good thing Salah's back, but obviously you don't want to be losing Jota at the same time. And then lastly, Darwin. So Darwin didn't come back after halftime. I think it was more of a precautionary move. I think Klopp said he wasn't sure if he felt something, so they weren't going to take any chances. So that sounds like it might not be as serious, but still, three big red flags out of yesterday's games in terms of injuries. When you really look at our injury list, so you've got, I'm talking big name players now, you've got Alisson on there, you've got Trent on there, you've got Szoboszlai on there, you've got Thiago on there. So, I mean, those players would make the first team in most Premier League squads in the country at the moment. So all in all, 3 points for Liverpool at the end of the day at a tricky potential banana skin ground and team. So a good result. The afternoon kickoff was Arsenal away at Burnley. In my prediction show last week, I mentioned that this might be a scrappy 1-0 win to Arsenal because of how tough it is going to Turf Moor. But the reality was Arsenal actually just blew Burnley away. Burnley were really, really poor. And I worry for Burnley because if that's the standard that they're going to be putting forward until the end of the season, I honestly think they're going to be playing championship football next year. And when you consider Jesus wasn't playing up front for Arsenal, they don't really have a recognised striker. Saka did well on the right, Martinelli did well on the left, Odegaard did well through the middle along with Declan Rice. And you look again and they won 5-0. So, you know, having thumped West Ham 6-0 the week before, beat us 2 weeks ago, things are looking quite ominous from an Arsenal point of view. I know people said they pulled the bottle job of the century last season in not winning the league, but maybe they've taken some learnings from that. And you know, I think a lot of people just look at City, but I think we need to be concerned about Arsenal as well. You know, this isn't a 3-horse race. You know, I didn't say there's 3 teams in it just for the sake of it. I truly believe Arsenal have a chance. And then the evening kickoff was the big game of the day. A lot of people saying that, well, firstly, Man City were hosting Chelsea. A lot of people were saying it should be a relatively easy win for Man City. Chelsea have had 2 bad 4-0 losses in some of their last few games. Liverpool was one of them. I know Wolves beat them 4-0 as well. But also in my prediction show, I said we're never really sure what Chelsea team's actually going to pitch up. You know, if you remember early on in the season, these 2 teams met and they played out to a 4-4 draw. Probably one of the most entertaining games of the season. So, you know, if Chelsea happen to catch Man City on a bad day and they have a good day themselves, anything is possible. And we saw that. The game ended 1-1. The protagonist in the story is Raheem Sterling. When you think about it, he's made one former club very happy, being Liverpool, ensuring that Man City drop points. He's made another former club unhappy, being Man City, because he's cost them points. So an interesting little pantomime villain in that story. But the bottom line is Man City dropped points, and that game that they had in hand over Liverpool that was going to take them 1 point above Liverpool is now non-consequential. If they win their game in hand, they'll still be a point behind Liverpool, and Liverpool's destiny is still within their own hands. What I do want to raise, though, is from a Man City point of view. We spoke about Liverpool, we spoke about Arsenal, but I think there's a tough period coming up for Man City. Their next 5 games, and I actually wrote the games down here to give you some context. So Man City play Brentford on Tuesday, which is their game in hand. After that, their next 5 games, Man United, Liverpool, Brighton, Arsenal, Aston Villa, all in the top 6 of the table. Man City haven't beaten a top 6 team this season yet. That's their run of next 5 games. There's no guaranteed 3-pointers in there. No guaranteed 3-pointers. If Man City are going to put together one of those runs that everybody says they're going to go on, they're going to have to get through this period almost perfectly to make sure that they win the league. Because if they drop points in those games and they give Liverpool and Arsenal a chance to pull away, they may just leave themselves too much to do towards the end of the season. Obviously, getting all the big games out of the way in the next 5 means they have a relatively easier run-in towards the end of the season. But you've got to get through these 5 games first. And I don't think it's going to be easy at all. Put it this way, I would rather have Liverpool's next 5 games than Man City's next 5 games. But the bottom line, this is going to be truly one of the memorable Premier League title battles in recent memory. Of the past, we've either had one team run away with it, we've had 2 teams in it and one fall away. Now we truly have 3 teams in there going hammer and tong to lift the Premier League trophy, and I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. Fingers crossed it's going to be Liverpool. I would love Jurgen Klopp to get another Premier League title as a parting gift before he leaves at the end of the season. But one thing I can guarantee, there's going to be some ups and downs, but it's going to be a lot of fun along the way. If you've liked what I said today, or you disagree with some of my opinions, by all means, drop a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're all going on a journey on this channel, and it would be lovely to have you along. Thank you very much. Armchair Red, out.